All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Karkadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that do the truth and sincerity. As you can see, it's the title of this video is Orwellian Update. Facebook asks users to report their extremist friends, and that's just a way to, because, the elite's trying to bring in a new world order, and anybody that resists, they're going to do away with eventually, and ultimately is to get at the Israelites, especially us that's speaking the truth and sincerity through the spirit and power by Shema Shai. Us brothers that's at GMS, man. They got a list called the Red Force, Blue Force, and then I think there's another color with the red, meaning those who are going to be a problem to the government that they want to be put down. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I said it right. The Blue Force was those who can be retaught and retrained, reprogrammed, like how they did the Native American Indians, to fit the new coming society, because they only want um, 500 million people on the earth, and it's over 8 billion people on this earth, man. And even the ones that they want them to be enslaved and have RFID chips. That's why our videos um, or news articles are coming out like this. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, starting from the elders on down, we have been saying this for the longest, man. They was reporting Yahweh Shai back then, you know, and eventually turned him in, and then he got put to death. So the same thing that happened back then is happening now again today, man. The scriptures say a servant is not greater than his master. So with that being said, I'm going to play this clip.
In the last few days, a number of Facebook users got a bizarre message when they logged in. Some users got a message saying that they may have been exposed to violent extremist content. Others got a message urging them to report their friends who may be becoming violent extremists. A bit Orwellian, don't you think? Here's what the Facebook spokesperson had to say on it.
This test is part of our larger work to assess ways to provide resources and support to people on Facebook who may have engaged with or were exposed to extremist content, or who may know someone who is at risk.
The entire approach condemns itself in the fact that, the artificial intelligence doesn't get irony, doesn't get humor, doesn't get the difference between Asian hate and anti-Asian hate, can't tell the difference between anything. I don't trust the algorithm, I don't trust the company, and thousands of people I know on Facebook would like to leave it.
The Facebook prompts never offered a very clear definition of what extremism is. I guess it's in the eye of the beholder. However, Facebook has announced a partnership with an NGO based in Chicago called Life After Hate that is intended to help people escape the violent far right. Now, this all comes after months of pressure on Facebook to crack down on certain viewpoints.
You can take this content down. You can reduce the vision. You can fix this, but you choose not to.
Yeah, they're only trying to crack down on viewpoints because they don't want this truth to come out. The scriptures say truth shall spring from the earth, and everybody is waking up to the fact that we were lied to about everything: nationality, the color of the Yahweh Shema Shai, or so-called Jesus Christ, God, the angels, the prophets, what them so-called UFOs are really angels. People are starting to wake up to that, and that actually people are starting to wake up to the belief that there is a real God. Maybe people say, well, God, Jesus, and speculating, but they don't be really believing in that. Just that some that it was raised upon, or a lot of people do be believing that it's be idols and stuff, but now they starting to really see it. because all these events and stuff starting to happen, and it's coming right up out of the scriptures, and even the news is saying that this is God's hand and stuff of that nature, man. So people are really starting to wake up and see. It's just that they can't act according to how they supposed to act and get in line and line up how they're supposed to line up according to righteousness, because the Lord don't want everybody. So, but also Esau don't want everybody. Esau ultimately wants his birthright back, and that's the reason why he's doing what he's doing. But it's still of the Lord's agenda. You know, Esau's not going to get his birthright back no matter what steps he take to bring in his new world order. And then the Lord's men going to be given spiritual powers anyway when they try to come in upon us. So everything is just working according to the prophecy, the plan of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Have the means. But time after time, you are picking engagement and profit over the health and safety of your users, our nation, and our democracy.
The dirty truth is that they are relying on algorithms to purposely promote conspiratorial, divisive, or extremist content so that they can take more money and add dollars.
We can do this with you or without you, and we will.
Not all users are supporting this new initiative.
Report your extremist friends and family based on your own subjective definition. What could possibly go wrong?
Facebook wants you to tell them if someone you know is becoming an extremist, which these days is synonymous with thinking for yourself and having a backbone.
I haven't gotten any warnings from Facebook that I might be interacting with political extremists, and it's really making me feel like a nerd with lame friends.
At this point, Facebook has engaged in mass bans of individuals deemed to be problematic. It has taken measures to work against certain news outlets, and it's even given a long-term ban to a former U.S. president. But all of that is not enough. Americans are still thinking for themselves and asking dangerous questions. So now we have extremism notices. What will be next?
This is suddenly and rapidly getting to the ludicrous level of communist political enforcement of thought and ideas. And it is, on the one hand, terrifying, and on the other hand, amusing, because they're going way too far, way too fast, and everyone seems to be laughing about it. They are responding as if the media is composed entirely of millions of customers who are planning a violent revolution against the government, and it's the social media outfit's job to get to the bottom of that and solve it, and they're storing all this data and sharing it with the sitting government. It's ridiculous. There's nobody planning a revolution. There's nothing for them to be concerned about. The business of inflating the danger of right-wing extremism is nothing more than them attempting to criminalize political dissent in order to shut it down out of fear. It is very much domestic terrorism of the kind they're accusing the right wing of, but it's actually social media trying to scare people into shutting up about things they don't want people to talk about.
And anything they don't want people to talk about, eventually they lock them up. Like with a lot of these protests and stuff that was going on a long while back, and they still do it. It's just they haven't been putting it in the media. They've been snatching people up that have views against the government. You know? So this is the word extremism. Google.com. Extremism is the quality or state of being extreme or the advocacy of extreme measures or views. The term is primarily used in the political or religious sense to refer to an ideology that is considered by the speaker or by some implied shared social consensus to be far outside the mainstream attitudes of society. Like saying the white man is the devil and that he's going to pay for everything that he has done. You know, that's extremism. Saying that, you know, it's especially how we say that the Lord will give us the power to put our hands on them. You know, that's extremism. And then they look at it as being racism, but the word racism means you for your people. But Esau is just a hypocrite, because all his actions, you know, he's actually doing it, and we're just saying it. You know, he's doing it, and he's doing it in people's face. The whole Black Lives Matter was started because of it. He's doing it. What do you call it? His systems. That's the reason why Judah, this prophecy on Judah, we can only be at Esau's neck because Esau gonna always keep us there. But it's a prophecy, right along with the rest of the other tribes, man. So Esau just been the devil, the hypocrite, and it is what it is, man. Eventually Esau is gonna be destroyed, and those that you got, and then when all hell start to really break loose, brothers, family members, and wives and sons, etc., are going to turn them in, man. It's prophecy. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. It says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right, so you have to be wise out here, man, and harmless, meaning, not starting anything, knowing how to move in the society and calm situations down, etc., man. Because we in the midst of wolves, man. And you know what happens when sheep come in contact with wolves, and that's how these people are towards us for being righteous. So you got to be smart. You got to be smart, man. Smart as a serpent. It says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Right? You have to watch these people, man. You got to be circumspect on who you're dealing with throughout your daily life, and what are they even here for around you, man. Or are you just wasting your time with them? It says, and he shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles, and we have been brought before them via the internet right now, man. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what you shall speak. Right, the Spirit gonna be put on us for when they actually come grab us up. It's gonna be put on us to say what we supposed to say. Yahweh Shai was a prime example. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Right, so you gotta watch, be like, you just gotta be watchful and circumspect to know what these people are here for. You can't be around here treating them like they with you. When in their spirit, because the Lord always showing us who with us and who against us. He said we was going to see the desire of our enemies upon their face, man. So it's not no secret, especially not now with all everything that's going on in the world, man. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, for Yahweh Shema Shai, because of what we stand for. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved, right? Because there's all type of hell, chaos, tortures and death that's coming, and we're going to be mixed up in those situations, man. But as long as we keep the faith and take our death, then we're going to be straight, man. This next precept is one of my favorite precepts. I always love this precept. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Right? So if your family member's not doing this, the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, then they're not with you, man. That's the number way you can tell who gonna trade, who gonna turn you in, or whatever the case may be, who gonna come up against you, or whatever the case may be, man. Because they ultimately not with the understanding of the truth, And he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad, right? Scattereth abroad into other philosophies, right? Because they got something else in their mind, which is opposed to Yahweh Shema Shai. So, you and them can never mix, man. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 24. It says, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, which means the devil, basically, how much more shall they call them of his household? Right, so people look at us as being the devil. Just like how they looked at Yahushua. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. Right, the Lord gonna reveal us all the secrets and the information that we need, for our salvation. But we ain't supposed to fear them, no matter what's going on, what the situation may be. Man, we got to take our death. We're supposed to take our death, man. And the servant is not greater than his master. Yahushua went through the same thing, and they even got false accusers, to deliver him up. So, fucking devil, man. All right. It's Satan messing with my phone. But with that being said, call Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's done the truth and sincerity. Shalom.